Hello everyone, welcome to House News. Global economy is facing an increasingly gloomy and uncertain outlook. This may hinder the policy of green economy to grow. The House continues to promote the importance of public engagement in net zero emission. Russia's parliament has shown interest to facilitate the development of infrastructure in Indonesia's new capital city in East Kalimantan. For the first time in history, Indonesia's parliament holds the Parliamentary Speaker Summit by soaring the theme of stronger parliaments for sustainable recovery. The Speaker of the House officially closed the meeting of the Speakers of Parliaments of the G20 countries. This also ends Indonesia's chairmanship at the P20 2022. Indonesia is the first ASEAN partner to have signed a partnership and cooperation agreement with the European Union, providing legal umbrella for the bilateral relations. Current global economy continues pushing Indonesia to face steep challenges and realizing the sustainable development and green economy.
Vice Speaker of the Committee of Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation or BKSAP of the House, Ahmad Hafiz Thohir says the ongoing global economic crisis does not only affect developing countries, it also affects the developed countries as they also face an economic slowdown. Hafiz Thohir asserts the 8th P20 summit hosted by Indonesian Parliament could be an event for Indonesia to strengthen its commitment and gather ideas with other parliaments on sustainable development and green economy.
Di sisi parlemennya kita harus memperkuat. Apakah kita bisa satu ide, apakah bisa kita memasukkan konsep itu ke dalam kerjasama internasional, kemudian juga memblendingnya menjadi ekonomi hijau, seperti yang disampaikan Ibu Sri Mulyani, Menteri Keuangan kita, pelan-pelan APBN kita sudah mulai masuk ke green economic. Nah, komitmen kita kan selalu seperti itu, tetapi yang kita lihat dunia bergerak semakin liar. Perang Ukraina sama Rusia membuatkan ekonomi global ini menjadi serba tidak bisa menentu. Rupiah pun terhantam dengan permainan dari Federal Reserve Bank yang menaikkan suku bunga. Artinya apa? Artinya indikator-indikator ekonomi di negara manapun itu bisa berubah-ubah dalam hitungan bulan dan hari.
Furthermore, Hafiz Thohir adds Indonesia has sufficient resources to support green economy initiatives. However, Indonesia and other developing countries still depend on developed countries' commitment and support to deliver the climate change funding. Consequently, green economy policy is able to implement. The VAR Parliament team reports.
Member of the Committee of Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation of the House, Diah Roro Esti, calls for all Indonesians to actively participate in reducing carbon emissions.
Diah Roro explains Indonesia has signed and ratified the Paris Agreement and committed to reduce carbon emissions by 29%. Hence, to implement the function of legislation and oversight, the House will monitor government actions in realizing carbon reduction programs.
Juga gitu. Jadi banyak sekali hal yang harus kita lakukan, terutama menggunakan fungsi legislatif kita ya. Karena misalnya di DPR ini kan ada 11 komisi. Dan setiap komisi sebetulnya mempunyai perannya masing-masing untuk mengurangi emisi karbon tersebut. Misalnya Komisi 7, kita fokusnya lebih ke energy transition. Lalu kemudian misalnya Komisi 4 lebih fokus terhadap bagaimana kita bisa mengurangi emisi karbon di sektor perhutanan, pertanian dan lain sebagainya gitu. Jadi banyak sekali hal yang harus kita dorong baik dari segi legislasinya dan juga pengawasan, memantau apakah pemerintah selama ini melakukan aksi dan menerapkan program-program yang mempunyai tujuan untuk mengurangi emisi karbon gitu. Jadi it's a holistic problem dan butuh multidisciplinary approach. Kita harus bergandengan tangan untuk memantau, memonitor dan melakukan aksi secara bersama-sama. Lalu kemudian untuk
Diah Roro Esti also adds the House has a Green Economy Caucus consisting of parliamentarians from different political parties and cross-commissions. This group is one of legislative efforts to contribute to the carbon reduction initiatives. She hopes this effort will create a multiplier effect for the community and for the world. TVR Parlemen team report.
The Parliament of Russia is interested to invest in the new Indonesia capital. The House hopes the investment can accelerate the development of the new capital.
Chairperson of Indonesia-Russia Parliamentary Friendship Group or GKSB of the House, Adis Kadir meets with the head friendship group of the Federation Council of Russia, Lilia Gumerova, recently. The meeting discussed the bilateral relation was conducted during the P20 summit. Adis Kadir says during the meeting, the Russia Parliament is keen on investing in the new capital city in East Kalimantan. Adis hopes the investment can enhance the development in the capital city, Nusantara. Furthermore, the House and Russia's parliament have agreed to expand more bilateral relation in health, education, weapon modernization, and nuclear power.
Pemerintah Rusia akan berinvestasi juga di Indonesia, khususnya di bidang perminyakan di Jawa Timur, di Tuban, dan juga akan berinvestasi di ibu kota negara baru yang ada di Kalimantan Timur. Iya, kita ini kan sangat bersyukur ya, karena banyak negara-negara yang bekerja sama dengan Indonesia yang ingin membantu pembangunan itu biar cepat realisasi. Jadi kita harapkan segera investasinya masuk agar supaya IKN sesuai target tahun 2024 sudah bisa terrealisasi.
Earlier, the Speaker of the House, Dr. Honoris Causa Puan Maharani, held a bilateral meeting with the Speaker of Federation Council of Russia, Valentina Matvienko. In the meeting, Puan Maharani has welcomed Russia's interest to participate in new capital construction. This has been relating to the offer of President Vladimir Putin to have Russian railways in Indonesia's new capital in Kalimantan. One also encourages to stop the conflict and to prioritize dialogue and diplomacy. The conflict of Russia and Ukraine has resulted in a massive decline in the supply of major staple food and energy. TVR Parlemen report.
The 8th G20 Parliamentary Speaker Summit has succeeded in producing a new chapter in overcoming various global problems. Through strengthening bilateral relations, the parliamentary leaders of the G20 member continue to increase the role of Parliament at the global level.
Chairperson of the Committee of Interparliamentary Cooperation or BKSAP of the House, Fadlizon, says P20 Summit has provided opportunities for Indonesia in performing foreign politics diplomacy prioritizing national interests. Four main issues discussed at the summit are expected to establish a mutual agreement in responding to the recent various global problems.
Belahan dunia dia menghadapi banjir dan anomali iklim yang luar biasa. Kemudian dari sisi yang kedua tentang isu pangan dan energi, kita lihat hampir semua negara terkena dampak dari kenaikan harga pangan dan energi. Dan tantangan ekonomi global yang sedang kita hadapi bahkan diprediksi akan menuju kepada resesi global. Kemudian juga parlemen dalam hal ini, vibrant democracy ya. Demokrasi kita juga mendapat tantangan terutama di masa pandemi gitu kan, ada otoritas parlemen sebagai perwakilan dari rakyat juga mengalami reduksi.
Furthermore, Fadlizon hopes all G20 countries are committed to strengthen parliamentary roles as discussed during the summit. Fadli reaffirms the intention of BKSAP of the House as the advocate of Indonesia's national interests in every international forum. TVR Parlemen team reports.
The Committee of Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House hopes the chair summary produced at the 8th G20 Parliamentary Speaker Summit can be adopted by the leaders of the G20 countries. The document of chair summary is also expected to resolve various global challenges, including economic crisis, climate change, food resilience, gender equality, as well as the world peace.
In a press conference in Senayan, Jakarta recently, Vice Chairperson of the Committee of Interparliamentary Cooperation or BKSAP of the House, Putu Supatma Rudana gives appreciation towards agenda and discussion at the P20 Summit. This event has been in line with the commitment of Indonesia to facilitate aspiration and input from parliaments throughout the world in tackling global challenges. Putu explains the Parliamentary Speaker Summit has delivered the chair summary outlining commitment to redouble efforts to resolve current global crisis.
Furthermore, the Indonesian House of Representatives is in the process of adopting the new and renewable bill, energy bill. This will further encourage the development of the green energy-based industries, as well as, of course, creating green job opportunities. In this regard, Indonesia has so far ensured, among others, the implementation of B30 program, which revert to a mixture of 30% of biodiesel produced from palm oil. We one of the largest palm oil producer, and 70% of petroleum diesel, which is in line with SDGs number 13 on climate action and SDG number 8 on economic growth.
Furthermore, Putu highlights Indonesia has displayed an ideal democracy, giving the same opportunity to participate in every discussion. Putu also hopes diplomatic function of Parliament can give benefit in global cooperation, which results in providing comprehensive solution to global crisis, especially in the economic sector and climate change. Hilman Hidayat and Rifki, TVR Parlemen, report.
The House strongly promotes more partnerships in various sectors between Indonesia and the European Union. Mutual cooperation is needed to handle global challenges as well as to anticipate food and energy crisis.
Vice Speaker of the House Rahmat Gobel meets with the Vice President of the European Parliament, Nicola Roetbier, recently. The meeting discussed the issue of climate change and also negotiated the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement of Indonesia and the European Union. Rahmat Gobel mentions the importance to strengthen the cooperation regarding the trade, investment, and industry. Furthermore, Gobel explains the needs to discuss more on the food and energy crisis and also global climate change.
Mendiskusikan tentang kerjasama antara Indonesia dengan Uni Eropa, baik itu pada sektor-sektor perdagangan, investasi, dan industri. Di samping itu juga kita mendiskusikan perlu ada pembahasan bersama antara Parlemen Indonesia dan Parlemen Uni Eropa, membahas isu-isu tentang krisis pangan dunia maupun krisis energi dan juga masalah climate change. Dalam pertemuan itu kita akan membahas semua isu-isu yang perlu kita bahas. Makanya Parlemen akan lebih aktif ya untuk melakukan dialog-dialog dengan diplomasi kita. Kami kan itu diplomasi kami kan people to people.
The European Union is one of Indonesia's main trading partners. Therefore, the meeting of the House and the European Parliament is expected to offer remarkable opportunities to bolster a more secured economy and boost investment for both parties. Ila Enbari, TVR Parlemen, report.
And that's House News for today. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode of House News only at TVR Parlemen.